This is Smoke Signal Studios with a demonstration system set up for the releasing side of this panel. This is an NFS-640. It comes with the releasing zones right out of the box. I think this is very beneficial for panels like this. These panels are designed to be in larger buildings, such as like college lecture halls and stuff like that, where there could be server rooms. And when you have server rooms, you most likely have some kind of agent releasing system to be able to then, suppress fire. It's fire suppression. So I have two different things set up here. I have a releasing circuit, and I have a general fire alarm circuit. I'll go over that really quickly. NBG12LX does the general fire alarm zone. I have two smoke detectors here. These are both releasing smoke detectors, and they also have cross-zoned. So this is zone 1 and this is zone 2. We'll go over that in a minute, why that's important. General fire alarm heat detector. We'll go over these modules. So we have a dual monitor module. That's why it's flashing red. We have a relay module, which does the door holder relay. We have the control module, which does the releasing circuit. You could use the regular relay module, but I had a control module, so I have that here. These act as relays and also as a NAC. So if you had like a door contact on a emergency exit door and you wanted a strobe or an alarm right next to the door, and you didn't want to have a NAC wired all the way out there, you can use one of these, and it's like a remote NAC. You just need a spare 24 volts, which is what you can get. So yeah, that's the point of that. I have an agent release pull station that I made. I got one of these pull stations on eBay, and I just put stickers on it. Agent manual release. It's a dual action pull station. This is an emergency button. It's being used as an abort switch right now. So we come over to the panel, active abort switch. So and deactivate that. So for those of you who don't know, a releasing system can be set up multiple different ways. The way that this is set up is that this is a manual release with a delay. So it has the whole delay of the 15 seconds that the smoke detectors would have. Normally it wouldn't be a delay and it would just be an instant, but I think, in my personal opinion, it'd be better to have some kind of delay so that way you can pull it and then exit the room. Even though these are supposed to be by the exit, it gives a chance to evacuate the room if necessary. So yeah, that's the point of that. Let's go over the notification appliances. General fire alarm, Gentex Commander 3, the horn is off only because it's late at night. So strobe will flash on general fire alarm and on the releasing circuit. The point of that is so that way when the releasing circuit activates, it also evacuates the building. So like imagine this being in a college lecture hall. This will evacuate the building, and this while the server room is doing its releasing side. This is a releasing strobe, meaning that once the releasing circuit activates, the strobe will activate. And that's important because you want to notify the fire department that, hey, just so you know that this that the releasing circuit has activated, and not to enter that area, or anyone to enter that area. So I was just checking the programming. It's all set. So let's go ahead and just activate general fire alarm. Push in, pull down. General fire alarm flashes. It's going to evacuate the building just like any other fire alarm system out there. I'm going to reset this. Okay. Notice how the door holders have dropped. Releasing has not, and this monitor module has not. Just flash it away. Here's the silence up. And that was a reset, never mind. Let's do a reset. So let's wait for the SLC to come back up while I explain this. The reason why this key is here so I can rest the magnet on it, on this little thing. This is where the test spot is. So we'll go over that section of it. The time delay is 15 seconds. That's important to note when you do the manual release or when you do this. So let's go ahead and start. These take about 10 seconds to activate. So that's going to do a verification process. So we'll just wait for, there we go. Okay, so now, and the programming's wrong because it should also evacuate the building. So that's my fault. So let me just, I'll actually walk you guys through how to do it. Okay, so let's go and do a reset quickly. So let's go into the programming. It's going to be the password. So we're going to go into, oops, I'm doing it with the camera. So program, we're going to do point, modify point, and this is going to be, we want the detector 100. Let's start with 2. Okay, so this is why, because it has the wrong zone. So we're going to want zone 1, which is fire alarm that I have set to fire alarm. So let's go 003. Also set to zone 3. We want this to be set to zone 1, which is the fire alarm zone. So that's all set. Let's actually look at the releasing zone here. So the delay is actually 20 seconds. The abort switch is AHJ, which is authority having jurisdiction. The importance in that is that there's different types of abort switches that you can do. So like if you did New York, anytime you press the abort switch, it would then add 90 seconds to the timer. When you have AHJ, when you press it, it aborts it. Once you let go or reset the point, it will automatically go back into the 20-second delay. You only have 20 seconds. If you hit in New York, and when you have NYC, so that's one of them, it adds 90 seconds each time you press it. So you can press it, sit there, press it, let go, press it, let go, press it, let go, and it'll add 90 seconds each time. So let's go out of here. We'll do a quick programming check. It's gonna, oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So let's try that again. Once this activates, it will go into a pre-alarm, and that pre-alarm is indefinite until either another smoke detector activates in the same releasing programming. So like if this was a smoke detector and it was outside, it wouldn't, and this activates, it wouldn't activate the releasing circuit. Or that will keep going into a pre-alarm until somebody pulls the manual release. Another releasing zone has to activate in order to start the countdown. So there we go, general fire alarm. So right now it's evacuating the building with no release imminent. So let's say, oh no, there actually is a fire in the server room. We're gonna go ahead and activate the other smoke detector. Building's still being evacuated, no problems. There we go. So now it's gonna go into that countdown. I silenced that. So let's go ahead and hit the abort switch. That will activate, and then you will see on the panel here that the abort switch is active. So as long as that button is pressed, the releasing circuit will not activate. But let's say, okay, I've held the abort button until everyone is out of there. I go ahead and reset it, I let go, and I walk away. This is supposed to be a momentary button, by the way, for the releasing circuit, but I have it as a latching. So let's go ahead and wait. Give it 20 seconds. There we go. Now the agent is releasing. And that's that. So After that 20-second countdown, if there is no abort, the releasing circuit will release. Let's go into a quick reset. Oops. I activated the smoke detector again by accident. Reset. Just check the programming one more time because there is an issue. And bill. There we go. Okay. So let's go into a manual release. So I'll push in here, pull down. And the SLC did not say. Thank you guys for bearing with me here. I've tried to record this video like 3 times, so I'm actually going to keep all this in there just to show you how my thought process goes. So let's go ahead and activate that. So it'll be the same as pushing in and pulling down. It's active. There is nothing that you can do once that is pulled. You cannot abort it. Even though the abort switch is pressed, I guarantee this will release after 20 seconds. There it is. Okay, there is nothing, and there goes the strobe. There is nothing that you can do after you pull a manual release device to abort unless you reset the system. The abort is bypassed because somebody actually manually went over here and activated the manual release. So let's go ahead and do that again. And I'll actually wait until the SLC is back up. The point of that is if somebody says, oh no, there's a fire and I need the suppression system to work, you pull this. Okay, the one thing that you do have to realize is that it is important for these server rooms to have this kind of a system to save the data, right? So if there is an active electrical fire, you cannot, the sprinkler system would not be sufficient for a fire like that. That is why it's so important for a suppression system, and that's why it's so important for these devices to have cross zones or verification, just because it is equipment that you really don't want to have an issue with and get this agent released on it. It's really, really not a great time if you accidentally release the agent. So, okay, so let's do it again. I'm gonna give it a few seconds for the SLC to come back up. So we have, like I said, the MBG12LX is a general fire alarm, releasing and releasing. I actually find releasing systems very interesting because of just the complexity. So like you have to have 2 devices in 2 different zones to activate to then start the countdown. Very complex. So, okay, push in, pull down. There we go. So we've started the release. The general fire alarm signal is going off, so the building's being evacuated. There is no abort unless you reset the panel. And after 20 seconds, the system will dump. There it is. Okay? And the release end signal is flashing. You can silence the general fire alarm. You cannot silence the release circuit. Okay? That means that it's actively releasing, the system is dumping, and you do not want to be in there because the agent actually displaces oxygen, so you will not have it won't be a great time. So, thank you guys for watching. I find this kind of a system very interesting. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you.